Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is a part 2 video for my Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode run. If you want to watch part 1, along with understanding where we are in the run, the rules I am following, and the party I decided to use, I will include the link to the previous video in the description, along with it being the recommended video at the end. Part 1 ended up going very well, honestly. We only really had a couple of hiccups here and there, so I would love it if you decided to give the video a watch. If you did watch part 1 and just kind of wanted to see what part 2 had to offer, or clicked on this video curious to see what it is, thank you so much. We just recently hit our first major goal of the channel, which was 100 subscribers. This means the absolute world to me, and I am glad I can make videos you all enjoy. Even if the quality of my videos are not the best at the moment, I am trying my best to bring you all good content. We are going to be starting the runoff right where we left off in the last video, but before we hop into it, I did want to apologize that the video took longer than I wanted to get out. The day I released the first part of the video, I got deathly sick. I had to have a lot of bed rest, and I'm finally feeling my voice back and able to record again. I also got my computer upgraded at work, so that took another couple days out of my schedule. But now my computer is way better than it was, and I'm absolutely loving the speed of this thing. I upgraded almost everything on my computer other than my graphics card, since I'm still rocking a 3060, and that's more than fine for what I need. My biggest issue was my CPU, because I was only running a 3000 series Ryzen, and it was starting to really slow down. So since I upgraded to a 7000 series Ryzen, I also had to upgrade the motherboard, power supply, and RAM, and all that stuff. But I absolutely cannot wait to see what this computer can do for recording quality. But I am super excited to get into this part of the run. This will be everything else I did in Act 1, since the other video was just half of Act 1, and the next video will start in Act 2. I'm having an absolute blast making this series so far, so please let me know how you are enjoying it in the comments below. If you do end up enjoying this part of the challenge run, please like and subscribe to the video. Your support means the world to me, and we are now on our way to our next milestone for the channel, which is 500 subscribers. You all make this an amazing experience, and I cannot thank you enough for it. Finally, with all the plugs and explanations out of the way, let's get back to where we left off in the Honor Mode run. We pick the run back up right after the defeat of the Goblin Camp. We do hear about a witch that could possibly cure our brain worms more towards the bottom of the map. So that's kind of where we decide to go next. We travel and arrive to the area of the rumors. We see two men arguing with an old woman. Something about how she has their sister and how they will try to get her back. Once we step into the conversation, the old woman asks for our help, but we can clearly tell she is lying to the boys about not having their sister. We let her know we would not help her, and in a puff, she vanishes. This is clearly the witch we had heard about in the rumors. We tried to convince the two men that it would be better to work together, but they storm off, not being able to trust another stranger after what just happened. We try to run after them, but we get caught in a fight with some gnomes, and sadly, we could not save the brothers from their own hubris. And we now know that this witch is not someone we can trust. Not only has she taken a girl, she has also attacked us and killed the two brothers of the girl that we had just met. We march to the witch's cabin, and as we enter, we see the girl sitting at a table. We talk to her and warn her of the deeds that have been done to her brothers. In a fit of rage, the girl curses the witch and calls off their so-called deal. The witch, in a huff, sends the girl away, and we start a fight to try to take her down. But all the witch does is run from us, so we try to chase her down into her secret basement. We see all of the atrocities she has bestowed upon people. The witch is truly wicked. But then it dawns on me. This is not a witch. This is a hag. I take a break from the action because I absolutely hate how I look. I don't know why I chose this. I didn't really like it when I chose it the first time, but I just went with it. And I can't look at it any longer. So we go to the realm of many faces just to change our appearance so we look good while fighting. Remembering that somebody's life is on the line, we make sure to go back what we started with the hag. As we move through her caves, we find a group of unfortunate souls that are now her thralls, her pawns. We fight her thralls and free them of their torment. This fight was fairly easy, including an almost one shot from one of them on my character, so we move onto the hag's true chambers after navigating a poison-clouded path. We find the hag and the captured girl. We vow to the hag that we will kill her. We do not fear death, especially from this disgusting old hag. But after saying that, the hag then sets the cage the woman is in ablaze and splits herself into multiple copies. One thing the hag did not anticipate was that she left a clear indication on who the real hag was in the copies. We take out a few of the copies to minimize the damage that she could do. We put out the fire that was on the cage that the woman was trapped in. So now the captured woman is again safe. From there, we start to take out the real threat, the original hag. The hag is honestly nothing compared to the party we have at this point, and we take her down with almost zero effort. We take her out very fast, almost as fast as the fight begins. It really only took us about 2 turns to finish her off, and hopefully we finished her off for good. We free the captured woman from her cage, and the woman thanks us, letting us know she came here to try and revive her lost husband. We empathize with her, letting her know how much we understand the loss. She thanks us one more time before finally taking her leave. But with that dead end of a lead, we think of our next move. Remembering the underground, we heard some rumors of an absolute cultist doing some biddings down there, and we want to take them down before they can do some real damage. So we make that our next move in our adventure. We go back to the mushroom colony and we find a little Dwemer girl that is inflicted with a toxin. We talk to her for a bit, and I realize I do not have the means to help her. She asks us to take her pain away, and thinking I could just take her boots off of her because her boots look pretty nice, I do so. But to my shock, the mushroom people resurrect her into a mushroom lady, so I cannot take the boots off of her. Oops. I also realized I wasn't recording that interaction, so here is the mushroom form of the mushroom girl. I do apologize about that. Trying to think of places that the cultists could be, we head to the docks, thinking that they could be on the other side of the water. Once we get there, however, some little guys have shown themselves from the shadows. Something feels off about these men. They seem a lot more violent than the other Dwemer girl we had met. And then a realization hits us. The Dwemer who was poisoned let us know she was poisoned by some icky slavers. These must be the slavers. We talked to them, and they let us know they are looking for a thief that had taken the boots off of their commanding officer, and that she had ran away with them. We remember the boots we wanted to take off of the girl, and with that, it is confirmed to us that these are indeed the people that were after her. We try to talk to the Dwemers, but since I already killed the girl, I was hoping for a dialogue option to continue moving the quest forward, but unfortunately, there is no dialogue option, so I do have to take them out one by one. The commander of the Dwemer does go down fairly easy, and after we take him out, we take out the rest of his party with also little trouble. My character does have some bad luck with some bad damage rolls, but we got out of there still with a little damage to the party. With the icky slavers now taken care of, their boat is for the taking. This is how we can get to the other side of the coast. We depart to the other side to see what is over there, but we are quickly stopped by another boat. It's another icky slaver Dwemer man. The Dwemer asks who we are and where his friend is, and why we're on his boat. Deciding that the best answer is to just push him into the water, we start a battle to take care of the rest of them. And honestly, Will is a godsend in this fight, as his Eldritch Blast does a lot of knockback, so pretty much he just pushes almost all the little Dwemer men into the water where they can't piddle, paddle, swimmle, swaddle. Except for a couple of stragglers, but we take them out with no real threat to the party and head forward. Once we get to our destination, we dock and are quickly stopped. The Dwemer here sense that we are infected with a parasite, so they try to make us pay for the damage that the cultist here has done. We let them know we are not part of all of that cultist mumbo jumbo, but they don't really care. They were just pulling our leg to begin with and told us that we need to head to the main hall to get to the cultist. He is trapped in some rubble and we need to get him out so they can get paid. We do not really like the idea of working with these Dwemer, but we honestly have no choice here. We are deeply outnumbered and we couldn't take out this whole colony. Since we don't find the idea of working with these guys all that appealing, we explore a little bit. And during that exploration, we find a small campsite. It has a Dwemer girl standing over a rune powder barrel. We let her know how bad of an idea this is, and she does not really care. She does not want to go back to the life she had, and that all cultists are scum. We let her know that we are not part of the cultists, and with a really lucky roll, she believes us. She let us take some rune powder to destroy the cave-in we heard about, and with no more exploring we really wanted to do here, we head to the cave-in. On our way there, we get stopped by some guards who ask us to take out a floating eyeball that is currently watching them. Since we aren't occultists, they want to work with us to take down this near fellow that caused the cave-in. They tell us how much damage he has caused and just want to be rid of him. They would also be willing to give us half the gold that Nier has on him for our efforts. Knowing this is the lesser of two evils, we take this deal and take out the eyeball. We kind of just take the eyeball to the bottom of the stairs to take him out, because even though there's some known men over there, they don't see us stabbing this eyeball in the middle of the hall we are in. Now, with the help of the Dwemer on our side, we use the rune powder we got from the freed Dwemer girl to open up the cave-in. Once the rubble is destroyed, the cultist we are looking for comes out. In a fury, he takes out some Dwemer people, saying how incompetent they have been and how disappointed he has been with their efforts. This is the final straw for the Dwemer people. The Dwemer let him know that we agreed to help take him down, and Nier, in a puff of rage, says we are a disgrace to the Absolute and attacks us. With the Dwemer mostly on our side, this is a pretty one-sided battle. We almost take Nier out in a single turn, but we want his items, so we let him come out of the poison cave we have now pushed him into. The gnomes who did fight with Nier are also quickly taken care of, but Will does get pushed into some lava. We totally don't panic or anything to get him out of there and wonder, oh my god, are we going to lose a party member? But that's neither here or there. This is a pretty easy fight. Let's just get back to the narrator voice for a triumphant win, okay? We quickly take out Nier, and we can finally take his items. And once we're taking his items, we find a nice pair of boots to replace the ones we did not get before. Since we have almost all the things done in Act 1, we decide to go take care of the Gith camp, as our last checklist item on our adventure is a mace we heard about that is stuck in that Gith camp. Even though there is some sick nasty loot involved in this expedition, the Dream Lady and our Prism is not too happy with this decision, and she tries to tell us we should just take the elevator that is in the mines to a destination called Moonrise Towers. This is apparently where the Absolute currently has their headquarters. But honestly, we do not fully trust the Dream Lady, so we want to go to where we hear that there's a cool, sick, nasty mace that we can give to Shadowheart so she can start whacking some dudes and or ladies in battle. We go through the mountain pass entrance to get to the temple that the Gith have taken over, and we quickly make our way to the base of the temple. We see a few drunk kobolds, we quickly take them out so we can move forward, and in pushing forward, we find a few items that are called ceremonial weapons. Realizing that these are part of finding the mace, we go towards the inner chamber and place the ceremonial weapons we have found, along with a dunk mace that we were already carrying, so we can get an item that is clearly for opening the lock that the mace currently has on. Going farther into the temple, we meet with the Gith and convince them to let us pass. We just want a mace after all. What could possibly go wrong? There's totally nothing wrong with this group of random strangers that just walked into your building. Not one chance. Once we move forward, we see a Gith war leader. She asks us about an artifact, and honestly tired of hiding it, cause the Dream Lady is a little sus, I let her know that we are the ones in possession of this artifact that they have been seeking. She tries to take it from us, but the artifact is not having any of that, so we are told to go to where the Templar boss is, cause he is the highest ranking officer there, and he so happens to want to see us. We honestly could not care less about the Gith people since we just really came here for a mace, but we decide to talk to the Templar man since it's on the way to the chamber that the mace is currently being held. But we quickly realize that our blindness that has been brought upon us of our temptation of loot was a mistake, since the Gith goddess leader makes an appearance. She tells us that we have to go into the artifact to kill the dream warrior lady inside. We really want to keep our heads, so we do as the Gith queen lady says, and we head into the artifact. Once inside of the artifact, we let the dream lady know that she is safe for now, as we only came in here to avoid getting our heads chopped off by the queen. The dream lady lets us know that this was indeed a mistake because we will get attacked once we leave the prism. Our greed for loot has once again driven us into a bad situation. We leave the artifact and prepare for a fight, groaning and moaning the whole way because we honestly don't really want to fight the Gith, we just want a cool sparkly shiny mace. The fight starts and we wonder how we got here, how our love of loot has betrayed us once again. But we do not want to die, so we prepare ourselves for the fight. And this fight was a bit of a tough one. My character takes the high ground to challenge the Warlock Gith people, and Karlach does take down one of the dudes on the ground fairly fast, believes she takes him down in one turn, and we try to take out the rest one by one. The fight does take a minute, and Will actually does go down at one point, but that's because his armor still sucks. That one is truly on me, but we do end the fight on top. With the Gith now our enemies, we can finally do what we wanted, to get a sick, nasty, shiny gold mace. We figure out how to open the puzzle doors by hitting a statue a few times, just straight up whacking it at the base. And with my specialties as a little thief man, I take out the armor traps that would kill us by pushing us off the cliff if we try to go past them. Finally, in the chamber, we see it. The mace we have wanted so bad that we have made a whole race of people hate us. It was totally worth it. I hope. Honestly, Shadowheart doesn't really hit people with weapons all that much. She kind of just flings a lot of fireballs. Oh no, what have I done? Trying not to think of the consequences of what we have done, we finally take the Dream Lady's advice and we go towards Moonrise Towers. We think of our adventure so far as gone, and what Act 2 will have in store for the party. Hopefully, we don't make any more people mad at us, which I wholeheartedly doubt. If you got to this part in the video, honestly, thank you so much for watching. This script was a lot longer than I intended it to be, since I did try to change the style of storytelling compared to the first video. I tried to make it a lot more narrative in parts, and that's why my voice definitely just changed through the video, because I'm kind of breaking character at some points, as that's kind of the joke, but I mean, the joke's only so funny if it's explained to you, am I right? Again, I apologize, I'm just rambling at this point. If you got to this part of the video and you really enjoyed it, please make sure that you do like and subscribe to the channel. And if you do want to see any other type of videos from me, please make sure you comment down below of what you think. I kind of want to play a Kingdom Hearts challenge run in Kingdom Hearts 1, since, Kingdom Hearts is my favorite series. I haven't really gotten to represent it on the channel yet. So if you like that idea, let me know. And I'm super excited to continue my Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode playthrough if you guys are enjoying it. So Again, please let me know of any of the ideas that you guys have in the comments. I am so truly happy to be back making videos that I do enjoy, and I hope that you all enjoy what is to come. Please make sure again to subscribe if you do like the content, and I will see you guys in the next upload. My name is Riku. Take care, everybody.